Hi there, my name is Mark Soderwall and I want to be the first to introduce you to Indie Game U and why I created it for indies and not for AAA. Now, did you know that 90% of indie games never get finished? And that's not because of a lack of money or a lack of time, but because of lost motivation and focus. If that's where you're stuck, you're definitely not alone. Now, here's the good news. Maintaining motivation isn't rocket science or some elusive ethereal thing, okay? It comes from knowing who you are, having firm identity, truly defining and understanding why you do what you do unapologetically. Now, imagine the confidence you'll gain from that. That's exactly what we tackle in session 1 at Indie Game U. You'll go through our workbook, dig into your purpose, and come out with clarity like you've never had before. But motivation alone isn't enough. It needs to partner with a plan, like a roadmap with measurable directions and outcomes, setting the right expectations for you and your game. And if you're thinking, Mark, I don't know what to measure or what to expect, luckily I do, and I'll train you to do that as well. With 30 years in AAA and indie development and more than 50 published titles in the market right now, having directed hundreds of digital creatives, designers, artists, coders over countless productions and pipelines, large scope games, as well as small, fast, and lean game scopes, which are my favorite, obviously. I've distilled down the best practices for you. We can't talk about game development without talking about the 800-pound gorilla in the room, which is insecurity. Okay, we all deal with it. It's also known as imposter syndrome. That nagging feeling of, I'm not good enough or no one cares. You're not alone. Let me give you a personal example, okay? I'm just gonna get transparent and a little vulnerable here. I sat on this course content for over 5 years. I mean, my head was screaming with imposter syndrome. Like, people might complain about the video sound or the video quality, or what if my content isn't good enough? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, it was crazy, but it sounds ridiculous, right? But here's the cool thing. I'll teach you the techniques to silence those lying mindsets, to stomp out those false narratives, those ridiculous but very real hang-ups holding you hostage from real forward momentum and getting consistent development wins. Because whether you understand it or not, game development is hard work. It takes energy, it takes time. You need to be free from distractions and insecurities to stay focused and take advantage of every drop of those limited resources as you can. At Indie Game U, I show you how to build a clear, optimal path to having bite-sized, consistent wins. Because that's how an indie dev starts confidently and finishes competitively. So how about I help you get your journey started right now, defining your why, your purpose, and helping level set those expectations. Apply my 30 years of experience and best practices to your game's design, the story, the visuals, the mechanics, and believe me, you'll feel your confidence and focus and resolve rise. There's so much more waiting for you on the inside, so check it out. Grab this price deal before it goes back up. You and your killer development deserve this, and I've made sure it's priced so you can obtain it. Click below and let's do this.